Man, I don't care if this gets viewed, but you know what? I'ma say it anyways. So, I know people have mainly been talking about the uproar, and I've been seeing it for like mainly a month or so now about this streamer university. After all, I literally just watched the trailer. Literally just finally watched it to kind of gather my thoughts more on how this thing had went. And I'm gonna be honest, it all seems really goofy. Like it all is extremely goofy. And this is coming from somebody who used to like, when I would see like the Aiden Ross stuff when he'd be like, oh, I need some new people for like kick or something like that, so I need y'all to send y'all's enrollment. And my goofy behind thought, oh snap, this is my lucky break. This is where I'm supposed to make the change. And I did send it like 4 different times over, and nothing happened. And then that's when I realized to myself, and I honestly hope that everybody else can eventually figure this out, who keep enrolling into the Stream University, is that this dude's just picking popular people. Now I know there are a lot of people that are like, oh, well, he's just picking popular people, but you keep getting so confused because you're stupid. I hate always this hate argument backhand. Like you can't just simply tell me something without having like a weird jab. It's always got to be like, man, you would honestly know that if you weren't so stupid. And it's like, really, bro, you gotta do all that. But nah, honestly, I just like I literally saw on what's his name, Saya Speaks. I saw like on his stream one time he was talking about that some guy quit his job just to simply enroll into this course because he thought he was gonna get in. Do you know what that? You know how level of stupidity that is? Your job. You quit your job to get hopefully accepted, not accepted, hopefully accepted into this streamer university thing. Dog, that's the equivalent of like quitting your job so that way you can gamble to have the possibility of getting the money. You didn't get the money and you didn't gamble beforehand. You quit your job to go gamble to get something big. It's like, dude, keep your job. You still have priorities and bills and things to pay. All right? And even then, like, I don't know, with this whole, it's usually with most of this stuff, and it's kind of sad because most of these people aren't going to be doing this just to, actually learn or, get anything like that if this thing is even real to begin with, right? It's meant that people are going to use this as a means to, like, just, I mean, at the sense of the end of the day, I know this sounds kind of stupid, but, basically just kind of mooch and get popular. They're not going to sit here and try to learn different ways and different things. They're just going to go to this course to hopefully get Kai to, like, boost up their channel, right? Even if they have no content to begin with. These people are saying this and they don't even have anything to begin with. Most of these people, they don't even have like a channel. They never showed any signs of like constant streams or maybe like in whatever niche that they do. Like, maybe they probably like, most of these people more than likely game or they mainly do IRL streams, which, I mean, if you love video games, I love them too, right? I love them as much as the next guy. But like, I don't know, sometimes with that stuff, you kind of got to branch out into like other different avenues. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's cool, obviously, like I said, Fred will love video games and stuff, but, I also like, talking about, like, books. Like, I know it sounds kind of garbage and kind of silly, but, like the webtoons, like the Let's Play, I want to talk about, that as a review one day, because, I like to read, all right? I think that's cool. I think reading is awesome, and it enhances your vocabulary and stuff, but I'm trying to simply say is that you shouldn't have to go to a course as a means to learn how to do this stuff, right? Most of, and I'm not gonna say most of for like content creation is like, it's essentially trial and error, right? And like a good example I can say is like, you really, if you have a really good idea and you really are like genuine about how you go about it, I mean, I can see that you could win. Like this dude back in Schizo or whatever, he makes like these Phineas and Ferb like AI compilations. This nuclear technician guy is so stupid, but I love his videos because they're just like, it's like this guy who has like a hyperfixation over just nuclear technology and talking about like the radiation and stuff like that and all of that. It's not really my forte, but hey, I love hearing it. I would definitely love if he ever like made like a class or something about it, right? But I don't know, it's always like with all these content creators, it's always money this and money that and money this and money that, and it's like, you gotta at least think about your product first before you make it, right? You don't just think about instant dollar signs and then call it absolute cinema. People usually make the product and then think about the price. Like, you can think about the price in your head, don't get me wrong, but most of these people have even made the content to begin with, and that's what always throws me off about most of this stuff is like, these guys, they just think that they'll just instantly make it big and then that just be it. Absolute cinema. It's like, no, you actually gotta put in effort, put in work. Whenever I first made my channel, right, I originally was gonna make it like Roblox, right, and that's what it was gonna be. It was just gonna be a Roblox channel, because I knew that like Roblox was extremely popular with other people, and I wanted to kind of like just basically just do stupid stuff on Roblox, get to like 1 million subscribers, and then get a whole bunch of money, and then walk off, because I wanted to do it to, as a bet to my friend that it's pretty easy to make it on YouTube as long as you just make Roblox, right, or something like that, because it's just very simple, and it is. But then like after the few, I realized this is kind of a bad way for me to go about this. Maybe I could actually do something bigger than that. And so then I decided to try to make something bigger than that. And granted, I probably could have been better, but like floods and stuff like that didn't really help anyways. Not to mention that I was actually like in stinking college, so like I also had to balance school and stuff like that. But I still never stopped nonetheless. And I mean, about a year later, and I'm at like I guess like 100 subs, even with having like big long breaks of like a month. So honestly, you could really do it. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy, and I'm not gonna say that everyone's gonna make it through, with that sort of thing. So it's like, don't go in here, blindly thinking that you'll win, but don't also go in here blindly thinking that you'll, never win. Like I have a friend named Nathaniel, and Nathaniel used to think all the time that most people would mainly win like on the streamer stuff was only purely by luck, and to a degree, like I guess some people have just been in like better circumstances, I'd say that. But my family mainly does not believe, and I certainly don't believe in luck, right? And I mean, I guess you could say like faith, obviously, you gotta have that belief. But also I believe mainly in perseverance, like overcoming the odds and circumstances, right? That's my whole main notion. But I will say, trailer wise, like back to the video, I think that like I thought the video was like really well edited. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked the way how like they were flying, on the car, it crashed and all that stuff. I thought that was cool. But I mean, like that, I mean, there's really nothing much more to say than that. It's just like don't do this, because I don't like kaicenat like that. Like I think he's all right. You know what I mean? Like he's just kind of one of those popular streamers. It's like the equivalent of him being a principal is like the equivalent of like a goldfish actually having the retention of a attention span. So like I really wouldn't take it too hard, if you didn't get accepted and all that. So yeah, plus it's gonna be like a whole bajillion amount of people. So for him to even see yours is gonna be like once in a blue moon. And even then, this dude's more than likely just kind of getting like popular streamers and stuff like that. So again, don't let it get the better of you. If you want to, you could probably, what you actually should do, I recommend to do, is that you just, go ahead and make your channel and, just start posting that video, you know what I mean? Go edit through it and post that video. And if there's criticism to be had, let it be constructive, and take that as you will with these videos, and then make it better. You know what I mean? Like I think it's pretty good. Like I can give you an example for myself, is that like I used to with like I know with like Shinobi Strikers, like that I thought that video was great. I thought that thing was gonna pop off, and it was gonna put me into the anime community. I was gonna be with C-Reacts and Rhyme Style and Dado Doya and Nano Gen X and all those guys, but that thing didn't even amass anything less than like 50 views after like a few months. So like, and even then, like, I mean, it was okay, but it took me a long time to make it. It took me like, ever since like September 2024 all the way to like January, just so I can get all the data that I needed. And I worked extremely hard on it, and it just bombed. And I was kind of bummed for a little bit. But then there was a dude in the comment section pretty much saying that like maybe I could probably slow down my speech a little bit and talk a little bit more clearly and concisely. And I took that a little bit more to heart. I was like, what, like I actually was really happy that after all these comments, they were actually like constructive comments. So yeah, not everyone's really out to get you, It's just like I'll mainly say this to end this whole thing off is just don't take it too personally. It's just a minor setback for a major comeback. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much my little like tangent thing about this stinking streamer university. It's just all one big joke. Don't beat yourself too much over it. Just put the time in for yourself. Work on those videos, and you're bound to see results. Right? Don't get too bummed out if it's not the first video that pops off. Sometimes it takes a minute, right? Because people like, I guess, say what you will about like, I guess, Mr. Beast, but it took him like 8 years, right? Do you want the main thing, or do you want your instant gratification? You want it for the long run, or do you want to be good for the short run? That's pretty much all I can really say. But anyways, that's gonna be it for me. It's a little thing I had to get off my chest for a good minute. But yeah, if you want to keep most of these conversations up, want to talk some more, obviously subscribe and talk a little bit more. We got some Discord in the chat, and if you want to support the channel, you know where to find us. And with that being said, this is Swagbirdie7. Probably gonna be checking out that video again, saying moist critical see ya.